So why are men weaker than ever? I mean, I can kind of agree to this. I think men are more mentally weak than ever. The reasons, fuck, I don't know. There's probably a million different factors and reasons. Let's see what this guy thinks about them.
Fuck you right now.
Oh shit!
Have here.
POV me.
You may kiss my boots.
Ew! Hey, I ain't kissing no bitch's boob. Get up off the ground, motherfucker. Come on, have some self-respect. Christ. What a fucking loser. What a beta-ass pussy, bro. Oh, fuck no. The evolution of simps.
I used to know this guy called Ryan.
This is
He was
disgusting.
16 when we first met, and to be honest, I thought he was a nice, genuine guy. We'd all go after college to this wood and smoke and just chill out, and he was one of those really sporty types, you know what I mean, like, always trying to improve, and he genuinely seemed to be doing quite well. The only red flag was that when he wasn't doing something sporty,
I wish I could be, I could finance a dominatrix. Careful, you might turn him on.
he incessantly
Oh, talking down to him, true.
consumed entertainment and social media. I've never seen someone so addicted, constantly wired to his phone watching these endless pixels. See, to him, it was just a part of being informed and keeping up with the times, which is okay. I thought this guy can do whatever he wants. I probably go on my phone too much as well. But like all unhealthy habits, they eventually catch up with you.
Dude, I think this is a huge, in this separate video, just in general, I think being on your phone, like always having your phone in your face, always looking at your Snapchat, always looking at Instagram, always scrolling, always doing this, always doing that, like just always having your phone out doing something, unless like you're watching something that's like, if you're watching a YouTube video or movies, something that's like substance, takes time, takes attention span, challenges your brain, like just constantly scrolling, constantly Snapchatting people, constantly texting people, constantly doing this, constantly doing that on your phone, bro, enjoy the real world. Fucking open your eyes and enjoy the fucking real world, please, for the love of fucking God. Like, bro, I'm not trying to call anyone out, but I'll fucking use my brother as an example, because he's one of the worst people I know. This motherfucker cannot stay off his phone. Like when me and Ben are hanging out, or for the past like 3 years when I'm with this motherfucker, every time I look away, this motherfucker's on his phone Snapchatting. I'll be having a conversation, talking to him for like the past 10 minutes. I'll get done saying whatever I'm saying, and the motherfucker's on his phone. I was like, bro, you there? He's like, what? Sorry, I had a Snapchat. I had to Snapchat 50 people at once. Like, dude. People like that piss me the fuck. No, that is true, Ben. That is 100% true, bro. Ben has like 50 conversations going on with random people on Snapchat at all times. He's like fucking scrolling TikToks. He's like doing all kinds of crazy shit. Like on our way, like we'll get in the car for fucking 5 minutes. The motherfucker's like, TikToks and Snapchats. I had to keep those hoes interested, bro. You gotta you're keeping your brain distracted because you're fucking afraid to think. Like I feel like people suck themselves in their phone because they're afraid to think, they're afraid to live, they're afraid to feel. Like real shit, Lamau. And I'm not gonna lie, Ben, you are addicted to your phone. Like, I'm not even saying like you're addicted to Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. People need to fucking get out of their phone and just live. Like, even if you're just like, even if you have nothing to fucking do, put your fucking phone down sometimes and just fucking sit there. Barely look at my phone out of respect. I do the same thing when I'm with someone. I'm going to hang out with someone. I'm going to the gym with someone. I'm going to the store. I'm going to the grocery store. I put my phone down. I always like. I think it's like. I think the newer generation, like my brothers, like a part of my brother's generation, but like the younger part of our generation, don't understand that because they're so used to having their phone out. It's so normal. It's not rude. But like I grew up like if like you're talking to someone, having a conversation, or you're hanging out with someone, you're not like having Snapchatting and like texting and calling and doing this, doing that with a million different other people while you're out with someone. And plus, it's bad for your brain and just makes you look like a sheep. Wise words. Like, you need to fucking live your real life. Like, the internet is great. I love the internet. I'm a fucking Twitch streamer, YouTuber. I think the internet's great for resources. I think phones are great. I think all this shit's amazing. But dude, you guys are losing fucking touch.
So a couple of years later, we kind of stopped talking by this point, but still ran into each other occasionally. He seemed to be looking worse every time I saw him.
Not World of Warcraft. Look, World of Warcraft's great. Don't shit on World of Warcraft.
By now, he had stopped doing sports, and it was horrifying to see the way this constant consumption could destroy a man. His cheeks broke out into deep red acne. They looked like hamburger meat that had been held to the stove like the before and after pics on those meth posters. Except he got real fat too. He'd squeezed the rolls on his stomach into her face and got carpal tunnel, and they put a brace on his wrist. I grew concerned because he still wouldn't stop. On the rare occasion I saw him, he was either hidden away behind a screen, or even worse, lecturing us about toxic masculinity or some other anodyne crap. It was unbearable.
Okay, Giraffe.
I knew this wasn't the man I met years ago. Just on a gut level, something was wrong, and sure enough, the truth unraveled. The situation was far worse than I could have predicted. So one of the last times I saw this guy was at the school reunion. We stopped off at his house for some quick pre-drinks, and after a few drinks the inhibitions withered, and one of the guys I was with, who knew Ryan well, went onto his computer to look up directions to the reunion. But he didn't just stop there. I turned around and saw him scrolling through Ryan's search history whilst Ryan went for a piss. I didn't want anything to do with this. It was a manipulative move, and told him not to go through his personal stuff, but in literal seconds this guy says jackpot, and we see that Ryan has an OnlyFans account. And more than just a simple loving subscription to some e-whore, this guy is tipping these thoughts in the thousands. A total to about £1,000 in tips. Bear in mind, this guy only works a part-time job at a cinema. And then, suddenly, Ryan burst through the door. "What the hell are you doing?" he said.
This invasion of privacy, what the hell? I agree. Like this, the fucking walk up to this story. I know where he's going with this, but like, the build up to this story is a little weird.
He rushed to the computer, pushing this guy off. And this guy nervously said, "Oh, my bad, mate. I'm just, getting you back for looking through my history that one time." And this big argument erupted. And me and my friend just looked at each other and fucked off. But all through the rest of the night, I just couldn't shake off this horrible feeling that this must be more common than I'd imagined.
It is. The addiction to OnlyFans, porn, and just lust, greed, whatever it is way more... Like most people are like, "Oh, I don't have an addiction to porn. I don't have an addiction to gambling. I don't have an addiction to this. I don't have an addiction to that." Well, guess what? So many fucking people do. And now he's airing him out on YouTube. God damn!
How could I know who was a simp?
Exposing him.
Where were they hiding? Was I just paranoid? I just couldn't shake off this image of all these simps scattered around the world, submitting their money and soul for a tit pic. An endless line of weasels.
Yeah, like for a man, being a simp is like one of the worst things for your mental health ever.
Congregating around their idol Beldell Phenom worship, begging thoughts for recognition, competing with all the other simps for some hollow message from a girl who probably despises them.
Oh, bro, OnlyFans girls fucking hate you. Listen, if you are a guy who buys OnlyFans, you fucking stop. First of all, you're being a fucking weak motherfucker. You're being a low-value male, and the very fact that you're buying OnlyFans literally increases the chances of you never getting laid, increases the chances of you never getting like a fucking high-value female. Having OnlyFans is literally the thing, like that is making you. Being in the mindset of buying OnlyFans is the mindset of a fucking loser.
Then I realized our society breeds simps. From childhood, we are monitored.
True, we do breed simps in our society. Now, here's what I will say: I do support OnlyFans girls and men, and I do support all sex workers for that matter. Because, listen, we will never get rid of sex work ever in this fucking world. People will always be driven by sex, and I think people will always consume it at a crazy rate. And I will not stop the sex industry. You will not. No one will ever stop the sex industry from existing and fucking growing. Now, what I do believe in is people that I care about, which are people in my fucking community, is giving them good advice, real advice, and saying you personally should not do these things because they're fucking bad for you.
For any misbehavior.
But people are gonna buy. People are gonna buy things from the sex industry regardless. So like, even though my community might stop buying it as much, it won't stop people from outside my community buying it. So if you're in my community and you have an OnlyFans, go get that fucking bag. Go get it, because if you don't sell to those simps, someone will. So that's my logic behind it. I believe you, Giraffe. Bro, Giraffe's a troll. He's not gonna stop. He can't be stopped.
Boyish tendencies. We are brought up in a bubble of health and safety frameworks. School, the media, celebrities all drop seeds which form our opinions. And if we go to university, nothing much changes except you pay a shit ton for it and end up wired on some.
It is way too fucking expensive.
To escape this, we go online, in which many of our lives pale in comparison to others' perfectly manufactured lives. Seeds of worthlessness and low self-esteem grow, and those so consumed by such a life. And when these seeds grow, a crumb of attention from the opposite sex is like sex itself.
I know.
When that happens, the simp evolves. More and more, we feel lonelier than ever. There is an epidemic of burnout as people work harder than ever and still struggle to get by, all the while feeling undervalued, underappreciated, and disrespected by their bosses. Boredom is pervasive and social mobility is stalled, convincing a majority of millennials they'll never be able to retire, and the pandemic has only made everything so much worse.
Isn't that horrifying? That I don't know if this is true, but I've heard this a lot, that most millennials and Gen Zs won't be able to retire until they basically can't move or work anymore. Like, the way our economy, the way our society, the way everything's going, like, most of us won't be able to ever retire unless, like, I mean, obviously, like, if you're, like, a millionaire and you're working, like, a really high-paying job, yeah, but, like, you know, your average worker, your average millennial, your average Gen Zer will fucking just have to work till you can't fucking stand up and work anymore.
Worse, So
believe
is
in
it
you,
really any
giraffe.
surprise that we see a corresponding rise in simpish behaviour in the rhymes of the world as our language, lives and economic conditions stagnates into a sour clump of low self-esteem? Looking back, I should have known the path rhymes.
It's scary. I
In
can
ancient
see it.
mythology, the soured, rotten knowledge from the forbidden tree was prophesied to be the catalyst of human decline, when our most private thoughts and emotions are not actually our own. When we think in terms of languages and images which we did not invent, but which were given to us for ulterior purposes, to sell something, an ideology, a belief system, or an OnlyFans. In a basic sense, these biblical stories expressed one core idea. Do not eat from the hands of those who sell you a fake and poisonous culture. A culture
Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. Listen, you can't consume media like that and think it's not fucking rotting your brain. It is rotting your brain. Oh, I can retire? Well, like, you're in the military. You'll probably be able to, I imagine.
you are denied opportunities for self-expression to show who you really are. So you never get to figure out who you really are, and no one else.
But I think
does
most
either.
people won't be able to
Put it a bit
retire.
more clearly, just picture this. If you walk into your bathroom and look in the mirror and you can't see your own reflection, it might cause alarm. But worse, what if everywhere you went, nobody could see you? What if you were completely invisible and barely existed? Well, what you see in the mirror is just a tiny part of who you actually are. In fact, with modern medical advances, we know we can go play Frankenstein. Switch out your face, limbs, organs and dick and replace them with somebody else's and you'll still be you. You'll still have the same memories, personality and IQ. You'll still be Gareth wanking over green double D furries, because
Damn,
the vast
giraffe.
majority of who you
True.
actually are is on the inside. Your ideas, abilities, humour and character are only visible to the senses by self-expression. And if those parts of you can't be expressed, do they even exist? When you are denied any opportunity for self-expression, you never get to figure out who you really are.
True.
Nobody else.
So many people get trapped in like a bubble. Still streaming. Well, I like streaming, so, but like I can see that, especially I feel like so many people nowadays, like they're trapped. Like they don't have room to express themselves. They don't have the capability to express themselves. They don't have the mental awareness and the mental fortitude and the mental drive to express themselves in healthy ways. And to get out of their current situations, whether they're held back financially or just by where they're born or whatever it is. There's so many things that hold people back, and they're just not willing to break through and push through that wall to become stronger.
Does either. So does this mean you walk around worried you might be a ghost because you can no longer communicate you? No. But what you might feel is a profound sense of emptiness. You might ask yourself, why am I even here? Why do I get up in the morning? What am I fighting for? What is the point of my existence? Why is life itself so meaningless? You might feel lonely, even when you're surrounded by other people. You feel
I feel that way a lot.
You might feel like you don't actually matter to anybody.
Like as far as physically, I can be in a room full of people who all know me or are trying to talk to me, and I can still feel like I'm alone in that room, because like so many people nowadays, bro. I really do feel like so many people have like literally like taken like the blue pill so heavy, they've OD'd on it so hard, they're just NPC, they're just robots. And I'm talking to real humans, I just talk to them, there's nothing there, no personality, no depth, no fucking anything. It's so sad, it's so disgusting to me, bro. I get that, like literal, like they don't understand, like fucking, like they don't hurt as much as I do, they don't love as much as I do, they don't feel things, they don't have passion like me for certain things, like what, not just streaming, but like they don't have passion for anything. They're like, for example, like there's like all these fucking dudes, oh, let's just party and fuck bitches and like that's all people care about, and like drinking and fucking, you know, wearing certain clothes or acting a certain way or being seen a certain way. It's so fucking cringe. Like there's like no one on like a fucking hero's journey. There's like no one trying to better themselves. There's like no one trying to get out of the system. Everyone's so content in the system, just content being a sheep, just content being a fucking robot. It's annoying.
Nobody really cares that you even exist. You aren't dead, but you aren't alive either. You might feel frustrated because you can tell how other people see you based on how they treat you, and you disagree with how they see you, but you don't know how to change that perception. You can tell people think you're dumb when you know you're not. You can tell people think you're lazy when you know you're not, but you have no way to prove them wrong. And because the only way you can see yourself is how other people see you, you might just end up believing them one day. And when we do that,
Why be better?
we forgo our own thoughts. We disempower ourselves.
Humans are innately lonely because the world is full of will and representation. I mean, I've had both things in life. Go for it, man. I've been like lonely, even though I've had people around me, and I've also had like times where like fucking like right now, like now more than ever with my community, my fucking family, with my friends, and of course I've been on like an insane fucking like life fucking mission right now. Like I'm just fucking shit up right now. Like I'm not letting anything stop me. I'm fucking bending the matrix to my will. Like I'm fucking everyone up right now. Like there's nothing that's gonna stop me. I'm on a fucking warpath, and I feel right now like the best I felt in a long time. So I understand both ways, and the biggest thing I think and this goes with what Draft is saying, like the biggest thing that I think has helped me is to understand, like at the end of the day, like of course I'm my brother, and I'll say this with exception to my brother, even I fucking love my parents. I'm sure you guys love your parents. Is an insane take, but at the end of the day, besides my brother, when my brother and I think I have a very unique relationship. So like let's just pretend Ben didn't exist. Ben was never born, but my life was still the same, and I still went through the same things I have now. I feel like at the end of the day, you are alone. Even though you have friends and you guys are here for me and I'm here for you, at the end of the day, you are alone. You have to accept that shit. You have to fucking accept that your life is your life. Your actions are your own. Your happiness is your own. Your self-improvement, your mental health, all this shit is your fucking own. It's no one else's. It can't rely on anyone else. It can't do anything like that. And as soon as you accept that and you fucking move in a direction, that's like self beneficial, like positive for yourself, and like a path of like self discovery and self improvement. That's when the pieces are gonna click. That's when you're not gonna feel lonely, and the people that need to be around you are gonna be around you, and the people that don't need to be around you are gonna fade away. And it is the hardest part, but I'm still not there. That's the hard part. That's why like you're still in like you're still in your fucking hero's journey. You have to see it that way, and you'll get there. And accepting that is different for everyone. Like you have to accept it in different ways. Like that's why I think like the fucking current red pill community is so fucking toxic, because they're like, oh, this is how you get out of it. But no, it's different for every single person. Every single person deals with their own matrix in a different way. And the matrix is bullshit. It's a joke. It's a meme. I know it's cringe. I say it a lot. But when I say matrix, I don't talk about the movie. I don't talk about allegory. I'm talking about just in reality. I'm talking about everyone has different systems. So there's like the physical systems, the government, financial, where you live, where you grow up, your parents, etc., that are holding you down. Because like, dude, a lot of life has to do with your spawn point, where you're born, like who your parents are, like how much money they have, what city you're born in, what school you go to. Like a lot has to do with that. And then also your own mental health and your brain and your thought process and your thought loops and things like that. You got to correct those and improve on all those to get to a certain point. So for every single person, it's different. And the destination is different too. Now, like most people are just gonna fucking fall into the same fucking, what's it called? You guys know like the fucking expression where you're fucking sliding down a hill and everyone's sliding down the hill and there's like a path in the snow. And when you get on the sled, after a while, everyone's gonna follow the same path because it's already carved out in the snow. You gotta fucking carve your own path. You really fucking do. You can't follow anyone else's. You can't like discover it through anything else. You really gotta fucking carve your own fucking path.
We subconsciously believe,
and it's gonna be different. There's gonna be twists and turns. There's gonna be bumps in the fucking snow. There's gonna be shit holding you back. You're gonna get stuck. You gotta fucking push through. You gotta find a way.
That we don't matter. And in the act of taking that idea to ourselves, we give everything away to somebody else, to something else. The people most affected by such a mental prison may be undetectable to the common eye, but in the peripheral vision of those looking, a large, ugly cocktail of neglect, frustration, and degeneracy is brewing. A creature in more of the world beyond its ken, a horror of horrors, an abomination of man.
On, like, every day I'm going to give you money, and all of my wages are going to go to you all the time because I think your life is perfect.
What the fuck, dude? Like, this is so sad. Like, that's what I'm saying. These kinks, these fetishes, like these dominatrixes, like they're fucking like I don't even mean to sound like and this is just kind of like a more personal thing. Like, I definitely think like I agree with this video and the fact our men are getting weaker in a way, because like look at this motherfucker, bro. He's like just giving all his money to someone. Like, even if it wasn't a woman, I don't think it's a woman's fault. I think it's the man's fault. But like, bro, why the fuck is he doing this?
And your life should be so easy, and I shouldn't have any money in my whole life, so I'm going to give you money all the time.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, so your alpha boyfriend is going to be invited to my house, my 3-bedroom house, and you can treat it like it's his own. A stupid wife.
I mean, they are weak-minded. No.
The only cure
like, look at this
to
shit.
this disease is not to worry about Baldalfine or anybody else. Icons are maintained by a toxic shitbrain media system. It's cultural diversion. What is
No
real
shit.
is you and your friends and your associations,
Exactly.
your highs, your orgasms, your hopes, your plans, your fears. Reclaim your mind.
Reclaim your mind. Let go of OnlyFans. Let go of Snapchat. Let go of TikTok. Let go of all this shit. Reclaim your minds. Let go of the depression. Let go of the anxiety. Let go of the past trauma. Listen, this is you. This is your past trauma. Walk away. You're the one dragging it with you. You have the fucking wires in you. Let that shit go. Like, what the fuck happened? Bro, it's a path. It's a spiral. People don't realize these bad habits, these things that are bad for you, like smoking, or drinking, or gambling, or porn, or only, like, whatever it is, whatever the fuck it is, these things lead you down the fucking slippery slope of degeneracy, of moral bankruptcy. Like, I don't believe you have like an actual spiritual soul that's like gonna leave your body and float to heaven, but you have a moral meter, like a gas tank. And if you just keep doing all this like this degenerate shit, that's this evil poison for your fucking mind, and you're exploding with dopamine hits from these apps, from whatever it is, that fucking tank is going down, and it's gonna turn you into like the weirdest subhuman, low value piece of shit ever. Like that one dude who was like, fucking, you deserve all the money in the world, your alpha boyfriend can fuck you in my house. Like, dude, like, you can, like, people really become that. And I'll even say this, I really became that for a while. When I first started streaming, I feel like I was at that point, not in the way like I was a simp giving away my money, but to the point where like I was just like, I'm an anxiety filled bitch. I'm really sad today. I was depressed. I was smoking all the time. I was like, I'm just a fucking anxiety depressed little bitch. And like, I didn't see myself kind of ever getting out of that. And until I almost got lost in it. You don't believe we have a soul? Like, what do you mean? What do you define by soul? Like, I mean, like, people all have different definitions, like what a soul is for a human being. Like, do I believe there's like a spiritual, I don't know, you have to explain what you mean by soul.
Get out of the hands of culture engineers who want to turn you into a half-baked moron, consuming
Because for some people, it's more of just like a expression for morality. We are energy in a flesh suit. Well, what do you mean by energy? Like carbs being burnt and calories being burnt to move your flesh suit? Or are you talking about like there's like a power in you?
paying for all this crap that's being manufactured out of the bones of a dying world. Don't be a simp. Be a human being.
True. I mean, I'm sure like none of you guys are actual simps or whatever. Like, we can meme about it, joke about it. Like, but being an actual simp is super toxic. Like a universal power, yes. I mean, like, factually, like, backed up by like anything real, probably not. I don't believe there's like like, if that's Deese's definition of a soul, like there's like an energy universal life force. I don't fucking believe that at all. And I think that's a dangerous thought process. Flesh suit. Like, I think, like, and I'm not trying to be mean or step on anyone's toes, but like believing in weird spiritual things, you don't have to believe it. Like it's bad for you. It really is. It's toxic. It's bad for your mental health. I think personally, like, it's really hard to explain without coming off as like really insulting. Like, I feel like people who have these thought processes of like for example, astrology or crystals, I think those people are very, very like weak-minded. Do I hate them or look down upon them? No. And I've been there. I've done that. Like, I'm not saying like that's it's like a uncommon thing to believe or fall into. And people do fall into it and they believe it all the time. And like I said, it's just like a cope. It's a cope, the same as the simp. Like, and the thing is, the simp doesn't realize that they don't care, they're lost in it. And just like someone who believes in that stuff, they're don't care and they're lost in it. And it's really hard to break them out of that trance. It's really like almost impossible. Like, they don't know they're there. It's like you can't even lead them to water. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, because they're so deeply entrenched and just lost in the sauce. Faces, your opinion doesn't change my views. That's what I'm saying. I believe our human forms are maintained by AT fields. Without it, we would turn into orange Fanta. Yeah, like I said, like Tish, Giraffe's making you a troll, but that's like, I think that's like the perfect example. Like, you can create these spiritual things. Like, oh, there's universal life force energy. I have chi force. Like, anyone can come up with this. Anyone can like what Giraffe said could be like totally true. So like, what makes yours so true? What makes you believe that yours is real? It's like, it's not. Like, you gotta realize, you gotta like kind of step outside of yourself and kind of look from like an individualistic, intelligent, like logical approach, and realize like these things are like definitely holding you back, and like definitely like just inhibiting your critical thinking, your apprehension, your awareness, your success, your anxiety, your depression. All these things could be linked to these weird thought. I'm not saying it is for you or anyone else in chat, but it definitely could be linked. Like these things have been proven to be linked and direct causes of anxiety, depression. Like I think religion is good, but I also think for a lot of people, religion, like for example, is very, very negative. But to be honest, no one post such as Tish could not muster an AT field. I don't agree with that. Which part? Which statement? So for example, like so what you mean, and I'll see it, and I'll see if I can clarify it. Or maybe you guys are right, and I don't see the point, or see your point. Honestly, I might not be right. I might not be, but like Tish is right. It is opinions. Yeah, everyone's delusional but me. That's what I believe in. Yeah, but like, don't you want your belief to be based in substance, but based in results, based in logic, based in reality? Doesn't that make way more sense? We'll never know till we die. Well, people have died. I'm waiting to see what Diesel says. So what, for example, what the definite, if you guys know what the definition of faith is, so Tish said about faith. So the definition of faith is a strongly held theory. The literal definition. So like, I don't know if you're talking about a literal definition or like a different one. Obviously it's another faith thing within spirits and shit. So explain in English. Oh, okay. I was just wondering if you had like an argument or like a reason why you didn't agree with it. I mean, like I said, you guys won't, you guys will like, and I'm not hating. Like, I think it's normal. Like I look at like my brother and I see some of the stupid shit he does, and I could be like, bro, don't do this shit that's stupid. But the thing is, I know for the most part, like, he won't agree with me because like I was that age too, and when people try to give me advice or try to warn me, I didn't agree with it either, and I was in turbulence, I was in confusion, I was in all these things. Now look guys, the world is very fucking old. There's been many different religions, many different theories, many different beliefs, many different faiths, and this has happened over and over and over and over. People die, faiths disappear to never be heard of again. New ones are invented every year, every week, everything. Like the spirit, there's different types of spirits between culture to culture. They die off, they come back, different theories, different faiths. And none of them have led to any kind of real human enlightenment, real kind of peace, or anything like that at all. I don't think any of them have ever led to any kind of like mental health breakthroughs or anything like that. Even if it's a meme, that's not being stupid. I mean, like, I don't think it's stupid. I don't think you guys are stupid either. Like, I think it's literally just an experience thing that comes to you. Like you really like it. You won't realize it until you realize it. That's just how it is for everyone. Like, you don't realize it until you fucking realize it. Like you can read all the things in the world, you can watch all the things in the world, you can listen to whoever. And Tish is right. Like, you just like, you feel what you feel until you feel something different. Like, this is how it is. And growing up, I was really confused about my anxiety, about like my depression, my spirituality, religion, and I went back and forth. I believed in different things. I tried different things, and I think young people do that. I think it's very normal and like part of the process. Like you can't just like accept someone else's word for something and just go with it. And some people get it later than others, and and the saddest is I truly believe some people never get it, and they just die unhappy. They die unfulfilled, and they die with just believing nothing. In ancient teaching sometimes, and like I said, Tish, like that's just how it is for everyone. Everyone's on their own fucking journey, and with stuff like this. So it seems kind of not true. So logically, so like I said, everything I say is based in like reality, based in science, based in facts, based in proven improvement of human beings, proven improvement. And we can go into studies and look at it, which I'd have to pull up and really research. Like, because I really do look at this stuff. I really do think about it all the time. Like this stuff I give to you guys isn't like some bullshit I come up on the spot. Like I fucking research this stuff. I think about it all the time. The idea of spirituality, energy, soul, life forces, and all that is a direct result of mental health crises or delusions or humans not being able to understand themselves or understand things going around them. So they created, and this is factual, so they created religions, they created these ideas, they created things to explain their emotions, explain their feelings, explain this. And to an extent, we now understand that when we feel these crazy things, we're like, oh, I don't understand what's going on. There must be a God. There must be something going on. There must be spirituality. We understand these are chemical reactions that can make your brain be tricked into thinking a certain way, acting a certain way. So like, I think now like the world is too sophisticated and we've come too far logically. And that's why religion is dying. It's completely dying in almost every country, especially, religion is dying in the West so fast. Because research can't prove anything yet. Who knows? Maybe when it'll change. I think that's one of the things I can appreciate about like people who are spiritual is because it is kind of like, I guess, whimsical or it's kind of cool that people can still like it's like almost like an old tradition that's just carried on. Wanting it out. All kind of like religion, all these crystal things, all this stuff is just wanting out by the Dead Sea Scrolls. So the Wicca is, listen, like everything's a cope, and the thing is, no one knows they're coping until they're willing to stop. Like, if you really want to enjoy your life, it's your life. There's no. If you okay, I'll last take and we'll wrap this up. If you really want to enjoy your life, you want to be the best Tish, the best Ben, the best Giraffe, the best Diesel, the best Cloud, the best whoever. You have to fucking stop. You got to stop. You gotta stop lying to yourself. You gotta stop tricking yourself. There is no existential or external force. There's no internal force. There's none of that stuff's holding you down. The only thing holding you back, the only thing like keeping you within the confines of your own mind or the spirituality is yourself. Like I guess there is a spirituality then. The spirituality is yourself. You're your own God. And if you get lost in that and you think there's like other things around you controlling the universe, you're gonna live a very sad, miserable life because you're never gonna be in control of anything. Is the law? Yeah, good joke. But seriously, like